4 Assets to Make You Rich in 2023. Welcome to Cash Street, where cash is always king. Now that I think about it, a lot of people probably clicked on this video thinking that this guy would give me 4 assets and promise me riches if I buy them by the end of the year. I hate to burst your bubble, but it will be so simple. These assets are not a quick route to wealth. You actually need to put in some time and effort to learn them, understand them, and read a little bit about them. Although they can make you a lot of money, you have to at least put in some effort at the beginning. One point that I will make about this approach to bringing in cash is much more straightforward than working on everyday work or any such thing. Less work, more fun, and unquestionably more money to be earned. In this way, how about we break directly into the primary resources, the main resource stocks? First, satisfactory evidence. Where is the evidence that investing in stocks can make you rich? Okay, so Tesla's stock has increased from approximately 42 cents per share to more than 400 cents. So, while that might not make you rich, who would complain about the tenfold increase in net worth? Moreover, I purchased the stock of approximately 40 cents per share. Therefore, I have received a respectable return for full disclosure. Another example is Zoom stock, which went from 70 cents a share to more than 500. The sticker price for the DraftKings symbol DKNG went from $10 to nearly $50. So that's an increase of nearly 5 times as much. Okay, I'll give you some extreme examples, but it's clear that stocks can make you rich. If you ask Buffett or any billionaire, I'll tell you that even I have stocks that have made me a lot of money. However, this is what I was attempting to convey at the beginning of the video. If you want to win, you can't be a lazy stock investor. Because you didn't do the work in advance, you won't find the DraftKings or Teslas. Therefore, if you want to succeed at the game, you must plan at least frequently. In basketball, if you are a fan, you watch almost every game because it is entertaining. The same applies to investing. Once you get the hang of it, it can be very entertaining. You begin to consider the businesses that will be successful in the future. You might come to me and say, well, I've never invested before. Artificial intelligence, perhaps esports, electric vehicles, and then you start buying stocks. You can find the next Tesla, Amazon, or Apple, but you have to be in the game. I have no idea what to do. That's easy. I was in the same place 6 years ago, and yes, I was also a lot poorer then. Okay, what I'd say is that this game can be learned for free. I started my journey into the online world with a podcast called The Investor's Podcast. And since then, I've gained almost all of my knowledge of investing. It's all free, so I started watching other YouTubers and learning from them online through their free course. I mean, there are so many free ways to learn about investing that I would recommend just by getting your feet wet first. To get started and invest, you don't need a lot of money. A modest portfolio can literally be constructed for $121. You are aware that AT&T charges $25 a share for its stock, which is currently traded in the 5G sector. That's 80 shares of Activision Blizzard, the gaming company. You can discover a whole new world of ways to make money, and it won't cost much to get started investing. And I know what you're going to say. An online business is too difficult for me to handle. I just want to work a 9-to-5 job, but wait, I actually despise my 9-to-5 job. Regardless of how much you enjoy your 9-to-5 job, you should still start an online side business. It doesn't really matter who you are or what you're interested in. Listen, starting an online business made me a millionaire, and you need to understand that it also makes a lot of money for ordinary teenagers. Because older people didn't really grow up with technology, one area in which we as young people have an advantage is the online world and the technology world. They played sports, skateboarding, and other outdoor activities as children. The only issue is that young people want to use technology to watch videos or play games. Young people know technology better than anyone else. They don't want to try to use it to make money, which is advantageous to us because it results in less competition. As an illustration, this girl, for instance, helps couples online and earns $20,000 per month in the spiritual service industry. Through online sales and drop shipping, this kid in Bezier earns $100,000 per month. Meet YouTuber Kevin, who talks about stimulus checks to a damn camera and makes $1 million a month. It doesn't matter what you like or are passionate about. You can make money online by selling your photos on Etsy and Shutterstock, for example. You can teach guitar or music online if you like it. It doesn't have to make you millions of dollars, but I doubt anyone would complain about a decent side income. Regardless, in the modern era, everyone wants to be online, but very few are aware of how to earn money online. As I mentioned earlier, that means there will be less competition, which is great. At least right now, it's not that big, and starting a business online isn't hard. For instance, I want to start an online business while working as a driver and being as poor as possible 3 years ago. Therefore, I listened to Jeremy, a person who had a page titled Financial Education. He was discussing the possibility of earning money online. After a year, I made a decision to take the step, put myself out there a little, and try it. After 3 years, my online business generated a full-time income. It now generates approximately 10 full-time incomes annually. So guys, I can confirm that starting a business online is possible. This one is a little more difficult to get into because even though you can borrow 80% of the money needed to buy a house, you still need to save a deposit to buy it. Nonetheless, it is an asset that can make you wealthy, and the majority of wealthy people own real estate. However, you are aware that you can start at the bottom with no money. For instance, Graham Stephan started out by selling houses and becoming a real estate agent. Once he had saved up some money, he started investing, and I must admit that I will soon be purchasing some real estate and that I recently attended a couple of auctions where I lost. Nonetheless, the real estate agent seemed to be a lot of fun because everyone was so excited about selling houses. Being an agent gives you inside information, allowing you to determine the true value of each home. There is also a strong sense of teamwork and a social aspect to it. You know exactly what to look for in a home and how to negotiate a deal, so you might want to work as an agent before buying one. Otherwise, a REIT is your next option if you don't have the money. A real estate investment trust, or REIT for short, is essentially nothing more than a stock that invests in real estate at a significantly lower cost than traditional property investments. Heritage Growth Property Stock, for example, is a REIT that invests in shopping, dining, and entertainment real estate. Amado Hoffler stock, on the other hand, is a REIT that invests in office buildings and costs $9 a share. In essence, though, it's just a cheaper way for the average person to get into real estate. However, if you really want to become wealthy with real estate, you have to become an independent owner. That's how Trump became wealthy. Grant Cardone. These guys are all estate investors. You don't have to be as big as them, but even owning 1 or 2 homes can bring in thousands of dollars per month, so there's nothing to complain about. Gold, water, and oil are all good investments. These are all scarce resources, meaning that we only have a small amount of them on Earth, especially water, and if you own something, you have a limited supply of it. Usually, it's a good investment. You can also get big tax breaks for certain commodities, which is another great benefit. For instance, the actual cost of drilling for oil can be deducted in full. As a result, there are significant advantages to investing in certain commodities like these. Bitcoin is another commodity that you might want to think about owning. Indeed, it's a cash, but on the other hand, it's a product simultaneously if Bitcoin keeps on developing its impact and more individuals embrace its utilization of it for all intents and purposes. Then, at that point, Bitcoin is extremely risky, but there is a lot of money to be made. There is no doubt about that, at least when compared to the other assets I've discussed. However, the rich and the poor differ in their advice. The poor advise getting a stable job, climbing the corporate ladder, wearing a suit and tie every day, working 9 to 5, and you'll make some money. The rich, on the other hand, advise working for assets so that you can earn money while you sleep. When you can, buy stocks, commodities, and real estate. The most important thing is to start your own business if you really want to become wealthy. The way forward is online. The opportunity is now, but the majority regrettably will not seize it. Thank you from Cash Street, where cash is always king.